Driving down Wenatchee Avenue, most people had no idea they are driving by Wenatchee's oldest brick building, located on the corner of Wenatchee Avenue and Kittitas Street. 133 years ago, the Clark Hotel was erected, and for many, it was their first stop in Wenatchee after disembarking the Great Northern Railroad. The Clark Hotel, built in 1893, was actually the key to Wenatchee becoming the county seat and the Chelan County Courthouse being located in Wenatchee. In 1899, with the creation of the county finalized, both the city of Chelan and the city of Wenatchee wanted to lay claim to the county seat. Judge Burke, who owned the Clark Hotel, helped secure the seat for Wenatchee by selling the Clark Hotel for $1 with the stipulation that it be used as the courthouse, but that the county should be named Chelan.
We are at the site of the Wenatchee jailhouse, actually the Chelan County jailhouse.
Yes.
For much of the past couple of decades, it's been out of sight, out of mind. Not out of sight for you, as your office was right in front of this, but it once was a lively part of the history of here of downtown Wenatchee. And I don't think there are many of us around that remember what it was like back in its heyday, but I'm hoping you could tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. The jail itself was built in 1910, and it was an add-on to the courthouse, which was next door. The building on the corner was originally built as the Clark Hotel when the railroad came through in 1893, and became the courthouse in 1900 when Chelan County was formed. And then about 10 years later, in 1910, they erected this jail building. And I just discovered recently that it actually opened on, I believe it was August 27th, 1910. Believe it or not, this thing was built in 3.5 months.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
They awarded the contract in May, and it was ready to go at the end of August. And all brick, concrete, steel. They said the only wood in it was the window casings. Everything else was, fireproof. And it had about 8 jail cells on the main floor. Each would hold up to 3 prisoners, so it could hold 24 prisoners on the main floor, all men. And then upstairs, there was actually a padded cell and a couple of cells for juveniles and a ward for women. And so it was deemed as simply escape-proof when it was built, and one of the finest jails in the state of Washington in 1910. So if you look at the building from the outside, it pretty much looks exactly like it did in 1910. It really has not changed. The interior, when Chelan County built their existing courthouse, which is on Washington Street. That was in 1924. And then this property was purchased by the Doneen family, by John Doneen. And he converted the courthouse back into a hotel. It was called the Doneen Hotel. And the jail building, they called that the Hotel Annex. They took out all the bars and took the bars out of the windows and the cells and everything, put in partition rooms, and actually put in sleeping rooms with running water and toilet rooms down the halls and that kind of thing. And so it operated as a hotel until about 1939, and that's when the John Doneen leased the property to Signal Oil, and they vastly renovated the building on the corner, turned it into a gas station, and then the jail building ceased to be used at that point. Although one of John's daughters, Mary Ellen Doneen, actually lived there for a while and into the mid-50s. So she used it as a personal residence until sometime in the mid-50s, and after she moved out, it's really been vacant ever since then. So the last 70 years, it's been a vacant building.
Yeah, so its occupants have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller, with 24 plus inmates in it back at its start to, I'm sure they didn't have 3 people per room when it was a hotel. No. So, and then somebody got to call it their home for a while.
Yeah.
What a fascinating place to have a home.
Yeah, fascinating history.
Yeah, well, like many of our buildings here, it seems like there is not any one building that keeps its space as the single use,
Right.
It gets to become part of the community in many different iterations. You got to use it for a little while when Keyhole Security was in front here.
Yeah, I used it for storage for about 25 years. It did have some residents then. They were called pigeons, and I had to get them all cleared out with a butterfly net and throw them out the window and and we got it all secured, I got it all boarded up and screened off to keep the pigeons out. So I think it's been tenant-free for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So.
How much of the inside would you say is like it was back 100 years ago, and how much?
It has not changed in 100 years.
Changed.
The partitions that are in there were built in 1926.
Okay.
And so we're approaching 100 years.
Yeah.
That it really has not changed one bit. So
Oh.
it is a step into the past.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get to time travel a little bit.
Really, yeah, it's amazing.